So in my last video at the end, I was talking about these three islands, but I never really said what they were. So try guessing in the comment section what they are, and at the end of the video, you'll find it out. So today I'm going to be talking about weapons. This is also part 2 of my series, so part 1 will be linked in the description and all future parts too. And yeah, so today I'm going to be taking the weapons very seriously and going very specific and stuff because, well, weapons are like, well, in my opinion, the most important thing. And I kind of feel bad because I got a lot of the info of last video wrong. So yeah. And yeah, if I get any info wrong on this video or something is in your opinion not right, then let me know down in the comments. Anyways, let's start the video. Okay, so here are all the weapons. I'm just gonna start with beginning ones. So the first sword any new player should try getting is the undead sword. It just costs 100 coins inside the weaponsmith. And it does 30 damage, and its ability it does 100% plus 100% damage to undead mobs. So like pigments, zombies, and yeah, anything dead. Okay. Okay, after you have grinded a bit money with the undead sword is just gonna carry you through like all the undead phases, like to the deep caverns and stuff. But like when you start reaching the end and stuff, you should get yourself a Raider's Axe. It has 115 damage and 150 strength when maxed. I say when maxed because this is also the same ability of the Raider's Axe. You can see here, you get 1 damage per 500 kills and 1 strength per 500 wood. I maxed out the wood, but not the kills yet. So yeah. This is the stats that you get when you maxed it out. Okay, after you grinded like summoning eyes inside the end with the Raiders Axe, you should move on to an aspect of the dragons. This is the aspect of the dragons are like 1 mil inside the auction house. Oh, and by the way, the Raiders Axe you get it from the Michelodic Viking that you get in the park from the Spruce Forest part. I'm not sure how to say his name, but okay. So aspect of the dragons. Well, yeah, just buy for 1.1.5 mil in the auction house and you'll be good. It has 220 damage and 100 strength. The ability is Dragon's Rage. I can show you here. All monsters in front of you take 21k damage. Hit monsters take a large knockback. Mana cost 100. It's not really a good mage weapon. It's just, well, only in case when you're in a mage and you're in dungeons, you're like a bit tough situation, just knock everything away and just, well, flee for aspect of the end, I guess. So after the RTD, you should actually move on to dungeon swords. Well, but if you want to go a bit more overboard, there is a better weapon. The warped, with the aspect of the end with the warped stone. Mine doesn't have the warped before, so it doesn't have this insane damage buff. These stats I think are I think better than Midas. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, anyways, the stats 275 damage and 275 strength. Not this is not the weapon only. All weapons are just like plain like the undead sword here. Only the aspect of the end has the warped reforged. That gives it its insane damage and strength buff. And well, I guess most of you already know the ability. It's teleportation and stuff. So yeah. Well, these are like all the general swords. Now to the bows. Well, the first bow you should get is the Savannah bow. It's not really that necessary to get a bow in the beginning of the game because you're not really going to stay that long. Well, you're not really going to do any bow grinding, but in case you want something, just get the Savannah bow. It's a very good bow for the beginning. It's very easy to get. You just have to get 5k acacia wood. No, I got it. Yeah, it has 50 damage and it does double damage to anything. Like so, like also crit damage and stuff. It does anything that does double damage and stuff. So yeah, the last bow is the Rudan's bow. Well, technically the magma bow is better, but like I'm not sure. I'm not sure if people say that magma bow is better, but people also say Runan's bow is better because of the triple arrows and stuff. So yeah, anyways, the Runan's bow has 160 damage and 50 strength, and yeah, the abilities already say it, triple arrows. And yeah, I think that's all for it. So now to mage weapons. Well, yeah, the most simple thing is the voodoo doll. It just like shreds through the enemy. I can read the ability for you. Shoots arrows from every direction around the targeted monster. Monsters hit by at least one arrow take a slowed and receive 11k damage per second for 10 seconds. It's like 100k if the effect goes through. And like the cooldown is only 5 seconds, so you can stack it like somehow a bit. Yeah, it's good for like shredding strong enemies like in dungeons, the Lost Adventurers and Angry Archaeologist. Well, yeah, the basic mage weapon should be Frozen Scythe or Bonsal Staff, but like this is a non-dungeon item video, so I guess Frozen Scythe. Yeah, I can read the ability too to you. Ice Bolt shoots one ice bolt that deals 3k damage and slows enemies for 5 seconds. The slowing ability is kind of useful in the Blood Room when you yeah, when you hit the mobs, so the mobs cannot really hit you real quick because some of the mobs in the dungeons are really quick. And yeah, otherwise it doesn't really do that much damage. The bundle staff around the same damage. Yeah. Well, yeah. Now to the newest mage weapon, the Jerry Sheen gun. Sadly, I don't have any of that here because well, they're kind of expensive. And yeah, what it does is that it shoots well decapitated Jerrys and yeah, it does a lot of damage. It's just like it's a better frozen scythe in my opinion, but way more expensive. Well, the last mage weapon is the Yeti sword. Uh, it is the best mage weapon I think it is at the moment. Well, yeah, because it doesn't really have a very big cooldown, so or I'm not sure. Does it have a cooldown? I must check. So yeah, anyways, the Yeti sword, its ability is just it throws a chunk of land that you're standing on at the enemy. It's a very nice animation, but it also does insane damage to the mob. Sadly, I cannot show it to you. And yeah, these are all the mage weapons. Anything else? Oh yeah, there's two more weapons, the Soul Whip and the Phantom Rod. These are like the only fishing rod weapons if you don't count the Shredder, because Shredder is technically not a, well, yeah, fishing rod weapon. So yeah, the ability. So the Soul Whip has 145 damage and 175 strength, and its ability is well, it's not called Arc Beam, right? It's called Arc Beam because I don't know how else to call it. Like when you when you throw your fishing rod, like you right click with the fishing rod and then you like throw it into the water. Like with the Soul Whip, it works differently. Instead of throwing the fishing rod, well, that's how I call it. It shoots like an arc beam that from you that goes like in a well, yeah, up in a long curve and like yeah, it can pierce through mobs. It's a very good weapon. It's like one of the it's like for dungeons it's like a berserker well, I'm not sure how to call it at the moment, but like it's like a berserker weapon that you can shoot from afar. It's like a well, yeah, it's like some kind of bow. This was a long range weapon. Now I got it. Yeah, and the Phantom Rod is has 220 damage, 125 strength, and its ability is Phantom Impulse. Very alike to the ability of the Voodoo Doll. The only thing you have to do with this is just hook the mob that you want attacking with the Phantom Rod, and then you just have to left click the whole time, and then it does the full mob damage, and you can stay at range the whole time. So yeah, you're safe, and you can do a lot of damage at the same time. So yeah, so yeah, that's all for the weapons. Oh yeah, the Slayer swords, I forgot. For Slayer swords, I'm just gonna be mentioning that in the Slayer video, so I'm not gonna be talking about them today. Anyways, let's move on. So back to the islands. I hope you guys put your guesses in the comment section because, well, now I'm gonna be saying what they are. So yeah, these three islands are donator islands. So if you ever want to donate me any money or want to help me to help out the channel, feel free to do it. And yeah, these weapons before, a few of them belong to a friend called Zilas the underscore kid. So thank you him for lending me his weapons. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be streaming from now on every Sunday at 2 p.m. CET. So if you want to join me, just be there and I really appreciate it. So yeah, bye. See you later or tomorrow.